Good afternoon everyone. I welcome you all to this another module of security of Internet of Things. Today I will be talking about some security concerns that are quite crucial in IoT applications. So, as we all know that IoT is all about uh, data gathering and transmitting. So, basically this data, the information that is gathered by entities in Internet of Things and transmitted, stored, processed by various available resources of this network from various devices and many scenarios, many network, they have given rise and they have accelerated, or they have alleviated, and they have, you must say that they have exploded the variety of applications that an individual and industry today see from Internet of Things. So, basically this what do you call as information aware system has created a lot of applications for Internet of Things, and for individual, industry, and industries like industry like industry 4.0, industrial control systems, healthcare industry, and then your hotel industry, logical industry, whatever you may see, even in education as well as in agriculture and defense industries are also not untouched by this what you call as development. Also it can be it can also be envisioned, and we have been talking about that coming in like coming 5 to 10 years, every household would be a house of at least 2 to 500 smart things that it represent. On an average, a world is consisting of 9 smart things per home. So, today if we, according to one survey carried out by researchers in USA, today we have around 9 smart gadgets per home, and it is envisioned that it will be around more than at least 300 in near future, and that is to say that's a very big number. So, it becomes an important issue for all the business models. When we say business models, mostly for the money transactions and the information transactions and important information transfer transportation over the network, and applications, crucial applications like healthcare and your defense, that this traffic, this enormous amount of traffic that will be flowing in all the direction shall be controlled, shall be regulated, and this should be a safe transfer for these IoT applications to be fruitful as they are envisioned to be, as they are envisioned, or they are being foresee, they are like जिसलिए के लिए ये बनाई जा रही है. This should be a very secure system. Now, for applications in IoT, obviously we should say that main concern is security. The security is one of the major concerns. One is your what you call as security, that is security, and another one is privacy. So, security and privacy are two very important, as we have been regularly discussing as a part of this unit. They are most important challenges that researchers across the globe are facing these days. Now, to integrate the devices, to integrate the end nodes, to integrate the sensors or anything from the sensing layer to as a integral part of this network, which consists of network layer and network storage layer and application layer, or all which we call as IoT. So, to integrate these small entities from sensing layer as an integral part of this IoT network, strong rugged security measures, security technologies, and privacy protections in all the functions, activities such as it may be a personal activity or some money transaction, business process, or crucial information transformation from one end to another. This information protection, that is the security technologies as well as privacy, should be strengthened. So, typically there are a lot of applications, that IoT has, but we will be focusing on main two applications. So, one thing is for sure, for this like for these small entities which become part of our daily use, and these end sensors, to integrate them faithfully and with trust to Internet of Things. One thing is very sure, that security and privacy in activities like personal, business, transportation and information protection, that is personal data shall be secured, money transactions if at all should be done securely, that is what SSL and all encryption methods are used. Another thing is, whenever the transportation of some important information is taking place from one entity to another, it should be a secure transfer, and personal identity of personal information related to any individual shall not be at what we call as threat. What the hell is this? Anyways, so in this context, we will be discussing some of the applications. First one we should take care is should know is the security concerns for the SCADA systems. I am sure that you all must be aware of what SCADA systems are, but for a brief what you call as revision sort of something. So, SCADA, as we all know, is supervisory control and data acquisition system. It is basically a humanless human system which is used in industry. This is the best way I feel like defining it. SCADA is basically a humanless human system. किसी भी इंडस्ट्री में SCADA system what you call as forms as a head foreman, head technician. The main goal of SCADA system, that is supervisory control and data acquisition system, is to monitor, to observe and control the various devices which are placed in field in industry of any of the remote site, and to provide a necessary feedback as and when required. Basically, these are crucials as these systems, they help in maintaining the efficiency of a system by collecting and processing the real time information. So, if as an engineer we have to define, so we can say that SCADA systems are basically we can say backbone, or the right word for this to be is a centralized systems, that the main goal of them is to monitor, and what you call as control the entire area, monitor and control the entire area under observation. This system gathers the data, process it on the real time basis, and sends the feedback command to the control processes or to the centralized server. The main aim, as we understood, of the supervisory systems is to observe, keep observation, monitoring and control. If any device is malfunctioning or going under is like not performing up to the mark, then the role of this system is to see the to monitor, to identify, to track that device and send the information to the front panel, control panel of the industry, where the engineers are seated, so that they get up, come to the site, see the device, if it is repairable, repair it or remove it or remove it. So, basically when this security systems we are concerned about one more important thing we should know about SCADA, that is SCADA basically have four important functions are performed by SCADA systems, as they are quite related to IoT. So, first one obviously is a data acquisition, then networked data communication is another important thing, that the collected data which is acquired by the SCADA system is transmitted either spontaneously or in response to a request for data to some kind of upstream consolidation or to master, or as I said, the front panel. The entire communication channel can be either analog or it can be digital. That entirely depends upon the industry which has deployed the SCADA network topology. Then the data presentation. This entire collected data is processed, organized and presented for the system operators to make appropriate response. That is the entire this whatever data is as I said, this जो data इसने acquire किया और जिस भी device malfunctioning कर रहा है उस information को process करके to provide that information, appropriate information in front of the operator or engineer sitting in front of the front panel. And then the control, if control decisions are warrant and the system support output, appropriate command can be dispatched to affect the specific operation or configuration changes. That is the information related. That SCADA system is something that not only tells you the problem, it tells you the solution also, that this device is malfunctioning, either this can be replaced or this part of this device can be corrected, or this following functions can be taken so as this starts working appropriately. So, this is SCADA systems are quite very important for a control systems, and they are the people they take them as an electrical system, but no. So, in software industry they are also widely used, where n number of servers are stationed to process like cloud server station or storage systems, where n number of higher servers are hosted to process particular information. There also SCADA systems are of very important. We are concerned about the security in concerns in SCADA systems. So, basically as we discussed that they are generally designed to be more technical oriented solution in the industrial environment. The main sole intent of this monitoring and control process, without considering any security requirements or anything, is that the need to protect them from external threats. These SCADA systems, initially today also they are believed to play a massive role in IoT applications, and they are actually being widely used. And this SCADA system, if we talk in general, they can contain multiple elements for like supervisory systems, then PLCs, human to machine, they can act as a human to machine interface, and remote machine observation unit or remote machine telemetry unit, or remote communication, provide a remote communication infrastructure, and various other technical processes that takes place in the industry. From the viewpoint of our discussion, like from the security perspective we talk about, then the intruder or any malicious node could target one or every of the above elements that we just discussed, and take hold of this SCADA system, taking care of all the information stored therein. So, in order to ensure the secure integration of our SCADA systems into industries, it is very important that secure rugged SCADA protocols shall be developed to able to connect this network with IoT environment. Although there are a lot of other things which may pop up while integrating these systems, and some of them we have jotted down here. The first one obviously is authentication and access control. Now, to make sure that this communication is secure. Strong authentication must be implemented to allow the access to a main functionalities, that is there is a main, if any entity, if any external entity has to reach the mainframe of the SCADA systems, that the identity of this external element which is trying to access the main network should be established with some strong encryption methods, or also it should be taking it should be ensured that authenticating and access control can well identify and limit the access of information from the information source to the entity depending upon the authorization of the entities trying to access the network, depending upon trying to access the network. Second thing is identification of SCADA vulnerabilities. So, it is important to implement that appropriate countermeasures and appropriate so what you call as pre functions shall be defined, and appropriate corrective feedback measures should be taken when any unwanted activity takes place. So, the softwares which are there in SCADA systems shall be regularly updated according to the according to the newly popping up software threats in the network. So, software update is quite important, that SCADA software should be up to date and should be aware of latest bugs that is loitering around in the network. Then there is physical security. Obviously, physical security protection must be carefully ensured, and each entity, each element of SCADA network is recommended to meet FIPS standards. Then the system recovery and backups, these systems should be designed either in parallel redundant made or self redundant made or dual sharing basis, so that if unfortunately one system goes off, the entire data should be backed up and shall be recovered. So, this shall be done in order to mitigate any what you call as disaster, any disaster, or in case some external entity has taken over the entire network. So, another important application that we intend to discuss today is EIS, and EIS we all must be aware of, और नहीं तो एटलीस्ट हम लोगों ने ERP तो सुना ही है. So, EIS basically executive information system, also known as support system, executive support system, these days are playing a main role in managing day to day operations of the executives of the management of the top level of any industry. It is a type of basically nothing, it is a type of basically a management system that facilitates and supports the top executives or top officers of any industry or organization to take decision on the basis of the data which is presented to them by this EIS system. It provides a very easy access to internal and external information that is concerned to the particular organization, that is concerned to the particular organization. So, as we talk regarding the this EIS, as we talk of Graphic Hill University, we are using ERP, that is Enterprises Resource Planning. So, these days lot of industries, education industries have to complete their day to day requirements, they have installed the EIS systems within their organizations, and this has grown to next level in last decade. This EIS system, they play main role in today's organization, like take example of our university also. Each and everything, student enrollment number, his marks, his mark sheets, his attendance, his performance, everything is maintained by the ERP system, which actually integrates the inter-organizational education processes of the entire university. So, same way these EIS systems, they integrate inter-organizational business processes to supply chain management systems that link the inter-organizational bring process and the customer relationship management CRM systems that maintain relationship with the customers. Although these direct financial benefits and business performance of the enterprise system usage are still a debatable issue, but as lot of studies last 4-5 years have seen, the use of this EIS and EIS or ERP systems has exponentially we can say increased. So, centralized information and resources is identified as the most important factor for these enterprise systems. If we take a slight look back, it was the technological innovation that moves the enterprise system wave forward. The increased processing power of the server and PCs in last couple of years have enabled this direct architecture for entire enterprise system. It is it will not be I won't sound audacious if I say that increased processing power, more increased processing power that is coming into picture every passing day will shift this small embedded devices like small sensors which could be widely implemented in physical objects, leading to a new type of IoT enabled enterprise system, enterprise EIS system. And for taking its example as that Marina hostel में all the students they have been issued a I-card. The girls hostel Marina, they all have been issued a I-card that is consisting of some RFID chip. So whenever they make entry to their hostel and exit there, they just have to touch the screen which is presented on a gate. As soon as they touch their I-card at the screen, the barrier opens. So that not only ensures the attendance of the girl inside the hostel, or whether she is not present or she is not absent. So it does its simple identity card, it is serving many purposes, and this is the very first application that is coming through, and we at Graphic Era University are also planning lot of things that will be in coming days integrated with your identity card only, like your attendance will be marked inside the class using your iCards only. All the books, library, any sports equipment, anything that you get issued from the university, that will be done using your iCards only. Exit entries to the hostel and to college premises would be done using your identity cards only. So these now as each and today's attendance taken up by the guards and lot of other things are managed by human. We are talking about when these smart things would be giving rise to a IoT enabled enterprise system. So this new IoT enabled enterprise system will extend the current system and gather more integrated data, more information, bringing in or alleviating the security challenges to a new level. As in coming times, many enterprise systems will be installed inside the organization's internal server, and once these internal servers store the information or anybody finds in key to access this intranets of a system, the traditional security issues for this new system would be alleviated to a next level. So these IoT enabled enterprise systems, if to be incorporated using these smart sensors into the enterprise systems, lot of security challenges and securities issue are to be taken care of, like the first one, authentication, identifying, then the physical security of the devices, then the what you call as conventional security threats to these kind of AIS systems जो इनके साथ पहले से है वो तो है ही है, इनके साथ एडिशनल जो IoT के threats हैं they will also be required to be addressed. So this new architecture of AIS systems, they would require the security concern to focus more on the sensing layer as well as middleware layer, that is network layer, because in both of these layers of IoT there might be issues of data breach, data loss, data theft, personal information loss. And as for application layer, where the IoT application might interact with the enterprise system, the servers of the systems, main attention should be given to the identity and authentication of the entity which is trying to access the resources of your organization, of your university. So if we talk of other information, like lot of this was regarding AIS, but this is not limited to it. There are a lot of other things which are, while integrated to IoT, should be taken care of, like for integrating the social IoT, lot of care should be taken care of. Now social IoT is basically what it is, a spread and diffusion of IoT application into a societal level. So like it is similarly to socialization of many other technologies, IoT plays a very important role at this level, and in coming times we will witness that it will influence every part of life. From it has already started influencing our lives, from entertainment to energy optimizations to transportations to movements to connectivity and lot. For that example, the first example come to my mind is a wearable device, and wearable devices, not only watch, Google glasses are very popular these days, and there are a lot of other things, wristbands, jawbones, they all have proven to be very popular these days. Other applications such as smart TVs now there in 40% of the homes, smart electricity meters, smart homes, a lot of smart things are coming up. So at social level, when we have to implement this IoT, lot of care should be taken care of. And other thing that comes to my mind and is quite crucial is like healthcare. Nowadays we are witnessing the smart hospitals where smart sensors are embedded to the beds of the patient, and they keeps on monitoring the vital parameters like blood pressure, glucometer and all. So if any of this information, if some intruder or koi ek anti-social element, he or she is able to intrude the network, he may vary the oxygen level of some patient, or he may vary the ventilator parameters of a critical patient, that may lead to very unfortunate. So therefore when we are talking of these IoT applications to be operating fully on their own without any human intervention, strong security protocols should be ensured. Like for healthcare security, अगर healthcare की बात करते हैं, थोड़ा सा it's like different from other industries, because it has what you call as एक तो healthcare systems are community interested, then there are a lot of legal issues in there, then no bilateral conditions are there. For these reasons, the design of this healthcare security system, they shall adopt much more reliable approach, आज की डेट में अगर मैं बात करूँ, जो सुपर स्पेशलिटी हॉस्पिटल्स हैं लाइक मैक्स है या अपोलो है, दे आर फॉलोइंग ऑथेंटिकेशन, आइडेंटिफिकेशन, देन डेटा इंटीग्रिटी, सिक्योरिटी, इंक्रिप्शन protocols, then system security they have implemented, then secure communication in the intranet of the hospitals is taking place. Moreover, internal security personnels and internal security audits they keeps on doing to ensure that none data is flowing out of the network. But these all things are being taken care of with the human, with presence of human. But IoT based autonomous healthcare system, the security issues would in future require the confidentiality for the patient, then security that would enable the electronic health records, then transmission of these health records to the doctor's desk in a secure manner, then authorization, authentication, access to the healthcare records of the patients, and all. So to summarize this, what you call as uh, security concerns with replication, or to summarize the security things, security at both physical device and the survey application is quite crucial for the operation of Internet of Things, which is like very important for the success of IoT. Main problem in number of areas which are there for security and privacy protection, network protocols, standardization or identity management, or trusted architecture, etc., still remains the open. So up till now we have tried to analyze the security requirements and the potential threats in this 4-layer architecture of Internet of Things in context of general device security, communication security, network security, and application security. So the security in enabling technologies in IoT, which we also reviewed, are also of our interest, and they should be taken care of. So for future, if we talk of the security strategies, so security strategies for IoT should be carefully designed to and managed to take care of the trade-offs among security, privacy, and the utility of the services for which they are being designed for. That shall be all for this module. Thank you.